On to our next video, BEH students. So here goes, chapter 4, Music as a Natural Language. Now this chapter is kind of fun. When I used to teach this class in person, it was very clear how intimidated students were about singing in class or doing finger plays or song and dance, music and movement. And I get it. You know, it's not easy for me to be singing in front of a class full of students, but I think we can all pretty much agree if you've been around children, if you've been in a child care center or a preschool classroom, music is everywhere. Um, I watch my grandchildren, and when certain songs come on or a jingle on the television, it gets their attention. So I think that this is a fun chapter, and like I quite often say, jump in, dive deep. So we're going to talk a little bit about music and how important it is. We expressed phonological language, phonological development in the last chapter, and the research shows us that we are born to learn language. If we have the ability with our hearing and physically are able to speak, we emerge with a language. It's part of what makes us human. But that doesn't mean that all the sounds of language are in every dialect. So a child that is born maybe in Russia or Germany, European, Scandinavian, different cultures, they may use more guttural sounds or sounds that are different than the sounds that we use in our English language. And if you've studied a foreign language in school, you know that. Sometimes you'll have to learn how to produce that sound. So, all of the sounds get narrowed down into what are the sounds of our language. So music is this natural language that crosses cultures. I'm looking at a quote in my notes and I see a typo, so forgive me, but song is a special type of language. Lullabies, songs, rhymes of every culture carry the melodies and the inflections of the mother tongue. They prepare a child's ear, voice, and brain for our language. So I think that's really important. So there's some good charts in your book that kind of outline that little one that we think about, our little explorers, our little language detectives, and what's happening from birth to about 5 years old in terms of language, and in this chapter, music. You'll have experience with this, or we'll touch about it in the chapter about how music is effectively used within the classroom. It may be at the listening center, one of the learning centers. It may be at the start of the day to set the tone, to get everybody ready for an important day at preschool. It might be that there's transition music that's used during the course of the day so the children know, okay, this activity is over now and we are getting ready for the next one. It could be that it's used to help children in their actions and what the activity is. Like I have in the lecture here, the little clean up little star to help children know that now it's time to clean up the classroom. Clean up, little star. Stop and clean up where you are. Time to put the toys away. We'll get them out another day. Clean up, little star. Stop and clean up where you are. So the tone of my voice, I also gave the actions of what we're doing. All of these very important. We're going to talk about rhyming words, wordplay, unique or strange sounding words. I've got a lot of examples of YouTube books that kind of mimic that that language and the flow within the story. We're going to talk about syllable awareness, chanting, word segmenting. So I hope that you're going to find this chapter fun. And guess what? I'm not going to make you sing. So there you go. You do that naturally when you're working with children. So again, the journal, 5 points. I want some personal reflection. It may be that you're uncomfortable with music. This is going to be something that you have to work on to be, effective with children. I share with you when I first became a librarian, I had to learn a lot of children's songs because I didn't know them. So again, it can be a skill. Just like the children are gaining skills, you can do this too. So the journal is kind of giving an example of where you are in music. And then the assignments, it's similar to chapter 3, where I outlined 5 books and I gave you a YouTube read aloud and I gave you some book extensions. Well, here I'm going to make you do the work. So you're going to have to pick a couple of books from our chapter, find a YouTube video read aloud, a good one, and then find a link that would have some good activities connected to it. Now, if you have trouble finding these, or you can find a good YouTube video, but you can't seem to find some good activities, you can make up the activities, or you can reach out to me and we can figure out something together. So that is it for chapter 4. See you again soon.